Welcome to Diecast Culture. Today it is so hot that I really don't feel like doing anything that requires much physical input. So I thought, what better than to make a diecast video. I'm going to share with you today a number of mostly premium diecast which I came across quite some time ago, to be honest with you, but I've never really got round to showing it. Starting with this 1/64 scale Advan VW Beetle made by Robert Design. This really is a very classy product. I've done a video short on this car before, but I've never actually unscrewed it from the base. It's beautiful quality of finish. Rubber tyres. Pretty detailed interior. And the other Robert Design that I picked up is this VW Samba bus, and it goes quite well with the Beetle. Similar colour scheme, red, black, although this time it's not Advan livery. So in fact I think the diecast producer is Inspire Model. And this is totally awesome. So I guess Robert Design would have designed those flared wheel arches and the general stance of the vehicle. Like this sort of lip, bumper lip. That's so cool. Look at the little wing mirrors. Little camper storage unit, and then you've got some engine detail at the back. This is really a low-slung vehicle. Totally awesome, and I picked these up from an online company called Big Boy Studios. And these were in the reduced section. For what reason I don't know, but they were really, as far as premium diecasts go, inexpensive. I think they were actually as low as £6 each. So next up is Tarmac Works Global 64. The Land Rover Defender 110 Trophy Edition. And it's a gorgeous model. So I was curious to compare this with Hot Wheels' premium Defender, and here it is. At first glance they really do look very similar. I think the Hot Wheels version sits a little bit higher. A bit hard to tell. I thought the rear overhang of the Hot Wheels version was a little bit shorter, but it's not. Let's just compare the wheelbase length is identical. And the tracking, okay, so Hot Wheels is quite a bit wider, if you can see that on the camera. And why is that? It's because the vehicle's wider. So they really do look very similar. I don't think there's any difference at all. I think, if anything, Hot Wheels wheels just sit a little bit further out. A little bit further out, just fractionally. And the rear ones, again, the Hot Wheels is a lot more chunky. But in terms of the actual width of the two castings, they are identical. I think the flared wheel arches, again, yeah, there's really very little difference, if anything. So same length, same width, same height. Got this whacking great big tow bar on the Hot Wheels, because this Hot Wheels Premium goes with the really nice black diecast trailer and Jaguar mark. Can't recall which mark it is, but it's a green racing Jaguar vintage on a trailer. And yeah, so yeah, that's interesting. Just look at just some casting details. So looking at the rear quarter, they've both got the fuel cap filler just over the rear arch. The side storage units are on the outside of the vehicle. There's none on the Trophy Edition, but they are obviously on the Hot Wheels. The roof racks a little bit chunkier on the Hot Wheels. The tyres are slightly bigger diameter and width. In terms of rear light detail, got some nice exhaust tailpipes on the Hot Wheels version. Gorgeous mirrors. Yeah, I don't know which version is more accurate. I suspect it's the Trophy Edition one, the yellow one. The Hot Wheels ones are kind of like a lump of metal sticking out. So yeah, interesting. Let's just have a look at this a little bit further, closer up. Really nice wheels. In fact, the Hot Wheels has the side steps, which gives the impression it's chunkier. But yeah, both very nice castings. Awesome. I mean, you could say on the yellow Trophy Edition that if you look through the window glass, you've got the yellow colour of the metal body sticking through, which doesn't really look, shouldn't be the case, I guess. Hot Wheels windows are a little bit plasticky. Awesome. So next up is BMC's Jaguar XJS, and I is a fan of am a fan of the Jaguar XJS, I guess, from my TV upbringing. It was the star car from The Return of the Saint with Ian Ogilvy, actor. So this was in the late 1970s, and yeah, the white XJS on that was really cool. So I thought this looks ultra cool. John Player Special cigarettes sponsorship on the side. And what struck me when I first saw this is actually how small it is. Now it does say it's, well, does it say? Yeah, it does say it's 1/64 scale. But when you put it alongside the average, 1/64 scale vehicle, it's really quite, I'd almost go as far as saying petite. Was the XJS a big car? It was a long car. It was a low car. Was it particularly wide? Maybe not. So in a minute I'll show you, put it alongside that Trophy Defender. So this really has been slammed, I guess, being the racing version. It's really low to the ground. Does it roll? No, it doesn't. Those wheels are scraping against the arches. But yeah, lovely, lovely model. And just look at that iconic back. Don't know what those are. Is that for a spoiler? Maybe there's a spoiler in the packaging. Let me just check that. Yeah, well, I didn't see any spoiler in the packaging, so yeah, I'll do some further research on that. But yeah, attention to detail, very nice. You've got the heated rear window. Gorgeous wheels. Look at that long bonnet. Jaguar. So, let's put it next to this big four-wheel drive. Obviously from a different era, but you can see what I mean. Now I know the XJS is really slammed to the ground, but yeah. So you can see it's quite a lot narrower, but than it would be in the life-size versions anyway. I suppose it's probably about right. What's the length? The XJS is yeah, a fraction longer. I suppose this Defender is not a good example to compare it with, but if I come across another car later in this video, I'll put them together. So we'll take a breather now with some mainline diecast. 1966 Bat Boat, or Bateau, by Hot Wheels. And I got this because it's vintage, retro vintage cool, and I had the idea it could go quite well on a trailer that I've got somewhere being pulled by the back car of that TV series era. There is Robin steadfastly at the front. Well, they're both at the front, aren't they? So cool. And here we go. Nice, solid piece of weight. So cool. Three wheels. And now we've got the Maserati Tipo 61. Quite iconic vintage racing car. Yeah, I like this. But yeah, what a shape. Just look at that shape. And yet another Hot Wheels wheel design. It's quite interesting for these period vehicles, because when you look at them end on, they're not these crazy looking chunky wheels. These are narrow, realistic, but yeah, gorgeous shape. So we're going to take a look at limousine now. Yeah, it's not the right way inside the packaging, because I opened it previously. So this is made by, what is it, GCD? GCD? Okay. And this is a 2003 town car limousine. And there's the base, GCD, 1/64 scale. And again, this is another example of, it kind of like looks a little bit slimmed down from 1/64, but you know, who am I to say it could be totally correct? Kind of looks quite slender. Yeah, this is meant to be a beefy American car, and when you put it width-wise against the Defender appears to be noticeably wider, although the town car does taper a lot towards the front, so it's really, if you look at the width around the wheel arches, and in particular it tapers on the rear quite considerably, and again if you look at the width around the wheel arches on the town car, that is actually quite substantial. Tracking is exactly the same, so maybe it makes me think that actually it is correct. So there's not many 1/64 scale limos around, which is partly why I got this one. So hopefully the camera can pick up. Got the interior seats, looks like a drinks bar just behind the window. I like the kind of like cherry wood effect steering wheel. A little bit of dashboard detail. Yeah, it's quite hard to see in. But yeah, in terms of presentation, very nice quality. Even got this little mascot. Awesome. Very, very nice. So I forgot to show you that I've got a Corgi version of the XJS, and yeah, obviously it's a very simple version of it, and yeah, so when you put it alongside the so I just moved one of the wipers. I've broken one of the wipers off. It's kind of like a minute wiper. Okay, I've done something. Anyway, yeah, the Corgi version you would think is 1/64 scale, but when you put it next to this one, so the bonnets are aligned at the top, and as you can see, the Corgi one is quite a bit longer. And wider. So next up is Mini GT Bentley Flying Spur. Now this is a gorgeous model. Super premium. yeah, can't really see much of the interior, at least in this light. All I can see is that it's right-hand drive. Metal base, Mini GT. It's got these rubbery wing mirrors, which are such a good idea because they're not delicate. Yeah, they're not going to snap off straight away, basically. Yeah, nice. Mini GT, classic 1971 Range Rover in Bahama gold. Totally gorgeous casting. I remember these being on British roads in the 1970s, and very commanding looking vehicle, particularly when you put them up against the average small British car of the time. Such nicely put together. And yeah, these wing mirrors are the floppy ones, so yeah, they're not going to come off that easily. Detailed base, absolutely gorgeous. Thought it would be an interesting comparison with the Defender. Yeah, I mean, you know, we know cars have got bigger over time, but even so, the old Range Rover was a decent size. I forgot to tell you that the wheels on this JPS XJS are opposable, so that's a really nice detail. Whoa, that's so cool. That's awesome. So this is a good comparison against this vintage Range Rover and the XJS. So they're kind of a similar width. It's how you'd expect them to look compared with one another. So yeah, maybe just maybe that XJS is the right scale, is correct. But yeah, when you put it next to this modern day Bentley, that's just kind of laughable. And I couldn't resist getting the 5-door one of this Range Rover. Like I said, these were quite a common sight on British roads at the time. Very patriotic packaging. Classic LSE. Now what I didn't realise about this one is it's got suspension. And this came with a wheel pack, so you can swap the wheels. So cool. Clearly, by the look of it, those windows must have been frameless when the doors open. Maybe. It's just so cool, and just look at the dashboard inside. Everything about this model is perfect. Ton of detail on the base. So next up is this Toyota Sentry by DCM. Again, all these vehicles are 1/64 scale. Again, very nice detail. I've got a feeling the interior on this is nice, but trying to see it is not a matter. Yeah, I mean, everything about this is so nicely finished. Okay, so here's the camera picking that interior up. So this is a Bentley Flying Spur. Again, I had taken this out of the package before, which is why it's not the right way inside it. But let's get it out. So I got a feeling when I bought this, again it was a discounted model because the label, the chrome label, is incorrect. So the label says Ghost extended wheelbase, whereas the base of the car says something different. That is Phantom Coupe. So I got a feeling the Phantom Coupe is the correct terminology for it. I mean, Phantom and Ghost mean the same thing. But yeah, again, this would normally retail for 15 to 20 quid, and I think I paid about £7 for it. That's a solid, really solid casting. And sizable as well. So just put it next to that XJS, and that's just, again, the size difference is kind of like quite laughable, really. Really big. Gorgeous. So the wing mirror has come off on it on this side, but I have still got it. I can still stick that back on. And I just love this. This is just such a mafioso looking vehicle. Matte black. And look at the interior. Can you see that dashboard? In probably, I don't know, walnut maybe? That's mad. And I've got a feeling on this one you can see the seat belts have also been detailed. And hopefully you can see it's got a little mascot on the front. Very nice. Okay, so next up, and this is the last vehicle in this video, is this mammoth beast. Just look at that. This is a retro 1970s Chevy pickup, extended wheelbase, crew cab, dually, and this thing is just massive. I mean, it's no bigger than today's American pickup trucks, but it just looks so big because it's just so square. And it's also towing a, so it's 1977 crew cab, and it's towing a 1973 Chevrolet truck, albeit this Chevrolet truck has been customized and lowered. But in terms of packaging, I just wanted to show you the entire package in the frame, and that is just awesome. Look at that. Wow. So cool. gorgeous. Not a load of detail in that bonnet. Like the rear trailer lights, they're pretty cool. And taking a look at this beast. I mean, look at that. That's just massive. Let's put it next to that XJS. Or the Range Rover. And just look how square that is. It's literally made with a ruler. And then with the wheel arches just stuck on the side. That's just mad. Very, very nice. Awesome. So yeah, you might ask, what do I do with all these? Well, I just enjoy looking at them. I do have rather a lot, and I promised myself I'm going to buy less, because I think I've got pretty much most stuff. I mean, obviously there's a lot of diecast manufacturers out there in 1/64 scale, a lot more companies producing all sorts of stuff, from vintage to modern day. I mean, you can only collect so much, but yeah, phenomenal. So the sun is beginning to go on this upturned oil drum. Hope you've enjoyed taking a look at some of this premium diecast. I know I've enjoyed describing them, showing them to you, and once again, what a gorgeous day it is. Check out that blue sky.